Here are the steps for setting up a question in new quizzes that will mimic the equation editor that only deals with numbers, or a text entry question type that only deals with numbers. So we can actually set this up in new quizzes by using a numerical question type. To do this, we're going to click on the blue plus button and we are going to select numeric as our question type. There are three areas that we are going to insert information into for our question setup and for our students. So the first part is the question title. This is optional, but a question title is a great place to put either the standard or the TEK or even the topic that this question is over, because it can always be reused in the future and that title helps you find it and pull it quickly. The question stem is where we actually add our question that our students are going to be answering, and then the answer area, which is under the requirement tab right here, is going to be how our students can answer this. And again, this is a numerical question, meaning that the answer can only be numbers. There can't be any symbols that go with it. So in here, I'm going to add my question information and then I will come back and explain everything that we need to set it up. I've added an example from a 4th grade math release test, and on here students are going to be looking at the square feet of a space that is left based on the numbers in the problem. So on here, since this is technically an equation editor question, but the answer is only the students only have to respond with numbers, we can mimic this really nicely with this numerical text entry option within new quizzes. So what I've done again is I added my question into our question stem box, and then under where you have requirement is where the answer is going to be. You do have a choice of how you want students to respond, just with keeping it as similar to STAAR 2.0 as possible. Exact response is what we're looking for, and then you will just type in the correct answer into the box on the right hand side. You can always add additional possible answers if there is any, and even if you want to potentially add 4,224 without the decimal points, that is up to you on how you want to actually add these answers in here. But again, mimicking STAAR as closely as possible, this is what we would set up. Now on here we do have an option like adding an on-screen calculator, but I do know that this grade does not have a calculator on their test. You can always align it to outcome or item bank. You can also change the point value and add feedback if you would like to. I'm going to go ahead and click done, and then we're going to use the preview button to see what this will look like for a student. As a student, they're able to easily see the question or any of the information, the question, and I added the text of enter your answer in the box, and it also says type your answer here. Inside of this box, they are going to be able to use the number functions to add their number on here, whatever it may be, and as soon as they submit, if their number matches yours, it will grade automatically, but you can always go into SpeedGrader and manually grade anything you need to also. The nice thing about using the numerical question type within new quizzes is that if a student were to type words and they click outside the box before they can hit submit, they will get a reminder that says answer must be a number, please remove symbols or units. So they do know that this is just going to be a numerical answer and none of the other options are there. The one thing we can't mimic within new quizzes is the actual keypad that students will see and are able to click on to add numbers into it. But again, this most likely relates to it in the sense that they know they have to answer only numbers in their box.